Hey y'all, what's going on? We're doing this again. Welcome to the Sanity Trance. I took a week off because I didn't realize I was going crazy posting and stuff until I had like 7 episodes without it even being a week yet. So I was like, I'm gonna take a week off, give it all a chance to get its own little energy and momentum, and I also have a chance for the information to be digested. These are some of my favorite ideas to wrestle with, and they make me a better artist. And I've noticed a lot of these ideas are completely ignored or like just so subtle, So it's fun to talk about them because they just make me a better creator for myself, but it also helps everybody figure out, maybe this isn't such a big deal when it comes to things that can create writer's block or whatever, in whatever sense. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a musician or a writer or a painter or anything. Like, this goes for existence. You get to create your reality one verb at a time. So, everyone's invited. Everybody's got something to say, some way to do whatever kind of statement, which is awesome. But that being said, there's so many ways to think about things. There's so many different kinds of people who have so many different reaction times, from absolute pure impulsivity to just fear to act at all. Those are the extremes, and somewhere in between all that is everybody. But we're just looking at, for people who have lost touch, but they were really close because they were into the same things or whatever. It's the love of the art that brings a lot of people together, even if you don't realize that's what's happening. Even if you work for some kind of company that like does whatever, it's like the company is creating an idea, and that in itself is a process and has its own art to it. And just by having employees together, there's a whole movement there in the name of servitude. And, whatever direction it's going is whatever direction it's going. But when it comes to, just people losing touch and stuff, I'm not too worried. I fell off and deleted all my social media about 7 years ago or so. And, it's hilarious at how much happier I am and how much of the irrelevant I don't have to care about anymore. It's not in my face to waste my time anymore. And it feels like a lot of junk food thinking to me, a lot of junk food TV. I know I could subscribe to whatever, but it didn't matter. It was like in the middle of that, you just kind of have comparisons thrown in your face all day, which, they're mostly going to be a waste of time in that element if you're just trying to have something to do for the sake of entertainment. But I going recluse like this, I've made a lot of friends in the meanwhile that I love dearly, and that's what makes me upset about like the way communication seems to be socially accepted. It's like you got to go out of your way no matter what to keep in touch with people, and I forget that because it's like I've gotten so cozy into my own little wormhole of studying and creating and stuff. But I still love everybody. Nothing's changed. It's just people will interpret whatever there is to interpret, but that's the whole thing. It's like there's this wide scale of schizophrenia, literally in the form of people and each person's perspective. And the closer we can all get to peace and higher levels of consciousness with each other and our understanding of each other, the more we actually find ourselves thinking, with common sense. It's literally just, what are we listening to at the same time together? What do we all have here to work with? And that is such a deep template that the closer I get to realizing what's the most logically efficient and loving thing to do, the more I find myself in line with my favorite people. It's like I don't even realize that like the things that create personalities are still creating personalities, even with people that think they're fully developed. It's like you're not done till you're done, until it's over. Otherwise, you're just as susceptible to ideas as anyone else, you know. It's all just flexing that muscle. It's not necessarily, I have no idea how to talk about it because I don't think it's a physical muscle, and yet I feel like it's flexing a part of your brain, you know. You kind of have to imagine, you know. I would imagine. But I have all the love in the world for my friends I haven't talked to in forever, you know, and just because things are going good or bad for anyone, you know, that's what we have in common. We've always been struggling together, you know, and I'm not really one to like to bother people. I feel like everybody's super busy and into what they do, and I know I don't think unique. So at the same time, it's like there's an unspoken pact I have with all my people I haven't talked to in forever, and I promise to continue to work on myself. I promise to continue to get further on the thing we love, because it wasn't the idea of me that brought me to the idea of the art. It was just the idea of the art that came to me instead, you know, and it's something so much bigger than I am that I have to disappear to have a common sense, you know. And a lot of this, these false identity crises we may accidentally trick ourselves into suffering from, are based on this idea of identity attachment. And it's not a big deal, you know. You do have to occupy space. You have to be somebody, and you know, you still have to live life normally, but you don't have to participate in a lot of extra sales. There seems to be so much advertising all over the place that I just don't even know what's going on anymore with what I'm supposed to be into and like and not like, and it's just overwhelming, and none of it is necessary. That's my favorite part. I mean, there's a time and place for everything, but I love to know that, like, it's not everything all the time, every day, everywhere. You can't experience anything if that's what's going on. But anyway, mostly I just want to say, like, that's don't let your ideas take priority. They're just ideas that are flowing through you. You're here to channel creativity, if nothing else. Even if you refuse to participate, that's a statement, you know. So you might as well have fun with this thing since we're in it, whether we like it or not, you know. We can still play all these cool little games and set up wonderful feats of engineering, even just with mental constructs alone. And that's what makes this so much fun, is all you got to do is, you know, take a second look at it when you feel different, and you'll realize how much you have to give, how much is there to offer. But yeah, I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, the most eternally enlightened souls of the earth are really just the deepest levels of common sense, you know. It's all the easiest ways to live, because we old and we lazy and we getting older and nobody cares, man. Hey, that's what we all have in common. So, you know, it's like, you don't run from these things, you know. Don't be mad at any of it. Just understand that we're all in it together, and we will continue to be in it together. And I need to be less of a lazy person, because I could afford to definitely go say hi to some people that I really care about and haven't seen in forever. You know, it's like I never mean for these things to happen. They're all just side effects, right? And like, at the same time, everybody seems to forgive you if you come back with something cool, you know. But yeah, just to sum up, man, my heart goes out to those people who really do have schizophrenia. You know, it's not always just a thinking issue. It's literally sometimes a wiring issue, and I can't, you know, I wish the best for that and the future of research into it. But then for the rest of us who might accidentally predispose ourselves to, I'm so different from this person, there's no way, we don't hang out anymore, you know, that's like a metaphorical schizophrenia. Like, just because I haven't seen you in forever, that means nothing, man. It's like, if I saw you out in public or something, I should be less lazy and be willing to say, hey, at least, you know. It's like the psychology, to me, is 100% of the game, and then the rest of it is just side effects of having your mind in the right place, you know? And that's more of a common sense idea, you know? It's like once you line the stuff up that needs to be lined up, the rest of it is just way less work. But yeah, much love, everybody. Find your way to yourself and be at peace, and it'll make you way, way more fun to hang out with when we do get to hang out again. Whatever that means to whoever is talking to whoever, and, you know, everybody's cool, man. Just be cool, and it's cool. I mean, common sense, duh, right? All right, peace, y'all.